All right, we live. Peace, peace. Peace to the tribe. Peace to the chosen ones around the world.
Bless, peace, and blessings. Oh, make sure y'all living life to the fullest, man.
I say to that.
Live it all the way up. Ain't nothing else to do in this world, especially the way the world's going. You know,
Yep.
just by the title, we got to do better, and we can do better. We're mentally lazy and emotionally selfish, so we're not caring about what's really important.
hmm
Honestly, in my opinion.
That too, bro. And you know what else I think to add to that? I think is also we have this unhealthy attachment to low vibrational thinking and activities. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? I'm just having this conversation earlier today. We've embraced a lot of negative things as that's who we are as a people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Not really, not really understanding that through generations and through a lot of programming that this is why how the reason we become what we become. You know,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and
and
we've allowed ourselves to be manipulated, tricked, indoctrinated,
facts.
injected with everything that turns that God power off, everything that turns that inner soul, that righteousness, that connection to source. It turns it off and it diminishes it each every little thing that you know what I'm saying, like that's unnatural and unhealthy for us. We're just damaging that soul part of us.
Mm, facts.
Shout out to the goddesses, man. We know they want to be here, but you know, internet issues and whatever have you. But shout out to the chat too, man. Cass said, "Dude, I became viral with
Py.
PeakPie, PeakPie.com." Okay, Cass, appreciate the gem drop.
Salute. Yeah. Shout out to the goddesses. Shout out to the goddesses. Um,
Yeah, but what an interesting topic, man. We got to do better. You got
mhm.
we are so quick to now. I'm not defending these people. I'm not defending them at all. But I'm just saying how fast we are to tear them down. But and this isn't like some prejudice thing or anything or racist thing or nothing like that. It's just how we've been taught as a society, right? And people will do this and they're not even racist or not even prejudiced, but they will tear down the melanated brother, right? The colored, the person of color when they do something that their Caucasian counterpart did the exact same thing. He
Mhm.
won't get the outrage that the melanated, like he's held to a higher standard,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
when it comes to crime, and that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
None at all. When you really look at what crime was kind of how it kind of even started. You know what I'm saying? And who was the original criminals? Again, I just talked about this earlier, bro. It's crazy. Like our again, how our people we've embraced it and kind of made it our own. This whole thing of being gangster, but we got the whole thing of being gangster from the Italians. You know what I'm saying? We got it from them, watching their movies and etc. And then like I was having a conversation about the Pooh Shiesty and the Gucci Man situation. So allegedly they robbed them, and then I guess got on social media and took pictures with his jewelry and stuff like that. And it's like, man, we done took their culture, not their culture. I mean, I take that back. We done took they ways, and they're not even doing it right. Because at least the original gangsters, the Italian mob, they was moving in silence. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where this whole we gonna do crime and then brag about it and show off like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
nuts.
a lot of that stems from like what Pooh Shiesty did has a lot to do with power play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the power play. 1 second in the chat. I'm gonna get to you in just a second. The power play is I gotta show what I did, right? Like we've been talking about for years how these people are these rappers and stuff are telling on themselves. They do something and then they go write a song about it and end up and wondering why the cops is who told on me? You did.
Right.
So the issue with here is the power move. It's a power play. He wants to show dominance to his boss, which is Gucci Mane, and this is how I'm going to take care of something that I'm not happy with my boss, which is crazy because see, I'm like obviously Gucci Man wasn't and he don't think like me because that's just how I think from the where I come from, but there's no way he would have been able to get away with that. Like he would have robbed me, he would have got, but he wouldn't have made it out of the building, right? My goons would have blew him down, and
Mm-hmm.
the simple fact that he did this is like cowardly. You know what I'm saying? And it's stupid because
For
and
sure.
and it's borderline racist against your own kind because you wouldn't have did that to no fucking Caucasian boss, you fuckhead.
That's very true.
You see
That's
what I'm
very
saying?
true.
You's
That's
a
very true.
clown, bro. And I'm a former stick up kid. So you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, you did it all wrong. Cause had I
That's
robbed
a
my
good
boss,
point.
who's a record producer, he wouldn't have never knew it was me. Like how you
Mm-hmm.
and then you bragging about you showing your stuff online. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
But
it's ridiculous.
that's what the culture has made it okay. They made like he thought he was gonna like he's gonna get more clout because of it from goofy people who think that way and think that shit is they glorify it. They think it's okay. So he's gonna get
Mm-hmm.
that side of it. But on the other hand, like bro, nobody's gonna work with you. Nobody's gonna trust you. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
they literally named the ski mask after you. That's gonna be something in
Oh,
court.
you're right, right.
You
Yeah,
know
they did.
what I'm saying? That mask is named after you because
Mm-hmm.
you're the shisty type of person. Like you the type of person that would what I'm saying. Like I ain't even gonna talk about it on here, but you wouldn't have made it in my area and in my you know what I'm saying era. He wouldn't have made it. You don't make it when
Mm-hmm.
you like that. You gotta make friends, and if you don't make any friends, and everything you see is a target, then you're gonna become the target. It's
Mm-hmm.
borderline what I was facing. Which is what the ploy of my entire family was like. Yo, you gotta get out of here. You gotta go. This is, I'm saying,
A
because
threat. Yeah.
they're catching rumors and it's hitting their ear before it even, you know what I mean? And it's unbeknownst to me. I don't know that I'm
Mm-hmm.
being hunted for the things that I've done and the people that I've crossed, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you gotta think, you know what I'm saying? Like, and how do you go from here's the thing I have a problem with, bro. How do you go from ghetto gangster hood thug type, you know what I'm saying, into the very well endowed, you know what I'm saying, with finances, music industry, and you still doing the same old stuff. Even if you're
Mm-hmm.
broke, I know rappers be broke, you can go at this a different way. There's got to be a way we can make something happen. I can use my buzz. I can use my name. I'm freaking Pooh Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
crying out loud.
Again,
The ski
again,
mask is named after
stuck.
me. All I need to do is get on the internet.
Being
No,
stuck.
I'm gonna go
That's to
rob
that
my
low
bar.
vibrational thinking.
Yeah,
Yep. Feeling like, oh, this our culture. This what we do. This how we get out. Like, I ain't
right,
changing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't changed. I'm staying the real one. You
right.
know what I'm saying? And what Dave Chappelle say, we keeping the real goes wrong. So that
Yeah,
mentality got to go back in the same situation.
yeah. Just like nigga
Yeah.
moments. You got nigga moments that it's all about ego. Now
Yep.
somebody's dead or both of y'all dead, done killed each other, you know, all over your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's willing to back down because they think of it as cowardice or, you know, I'm putty or, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
That's what
not
I was
okay.
just saying, man. Like we a lot of people are stuck in the mindset of we have pretty much adapted the mindset of the colonizer. And by that I mean a lot of people is just just stuck in survival mode. Colonizers, they if you're looking at it from their perspective, they did what they had to do, right? They
Hmm.
allegedly they come from, where it's cold, resources are scarce. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's not right what they did because our people and the native people was indigenous people was willing to work with them, show them things, so they didn't have to go around and rob and steal and pillage and do all the stuff that they did. That was their choice. But now most people have adopted that survival mode energy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And when you in survival mode like that, this is how the Donner Party started, right? And the Donner
Mm-hmm.
Party, when that first person died, and they was like, "Listen, let's not waste this." You know what I'm saying? We all starving. Let's eat this Mickey Vicky. You know what I'm saying? So they ate good, they nice and full for a couple of weeks, and then Donna was like, we need to figure out something else. They started hacking people up, go on a walk, on a hunt walk. Oh, we're gonna go look for some deer or something, and only one of them come back. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I've watched now. Obviously, this is Hollywood depiction, so it could have been the story could be a little bit different. But I read it in school too, and it's pretty much the account of what the survivors were saying is that this guy just went crazy, and they were all starting to feel a little crazy and was giving into the crazy, like, yeah, okay, just picking people to who's next, having little side meetings like, yo, who, man, that person's weak over there, and let's not, we don't need to waste meat on the weak person. Let's kill the weak person and eat them. So they stuck in the woods, and like when you in survival mode, you start eating your own kind, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
happens in all poor, impoverished areas around the world. They will eat their
Mm-hmm.
own kind. I will rob and rape and pillage my own family members so that I can make sure I put something in my belly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they got us tricked. They think that we have to constantly be in survival mode. So that's why we're easily tricked by the news and the media that tells us, this guy's bad and that guy's good. And really, it's the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everything has been inverted, man, big time. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the videos, God. I feel like I feel like we man, we getting all over the place, man. But
Hey, we
you
right
can't
on
help it.
topic though. We
You
just,
can't help it, you know,
yeah, we
because all like
definitely
you say,
still on.
it's all linked in.
Yeah, we still on topic. The thing is, we did the nice introduction, and we could go on forever on the introduction because there's so much stuff
Mm,
and the stuff that we're
yeah,
dealing with, like the
right.
Pusheisty thing and all that. So, It
Yeah.
makes sense, man. It definitely makes sense. But let's hear what they got to say about Elvis first, on top of the other stuff that's in the clip, because I find it interesting that we're not talking about this. Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. Like the melanated, that's what I was saying. The melanated person gets tore down, right? For the things they
Mm-hmm.
do. Now I'm not condoning these people. Now I'm gonna say a couple names, and then I want us to look at how those people were treated when it happened, right? So
Mm-hmm.
allegedly, MJ was touching little kids or whatever, right? Mike Jackson was
Mm-hmm.
touching kids and all that. We figured out that was all bullshit, right? Especially when you get to know his upbringing, his character, and he never had a childhood. So, and I never have a childhood. So, I understand where he's coming from because I live my childhood through my son right now and through my daughter and my sons and my daughters. So,
Uh-huh.
there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they turned it into something major and it made headline news, national news, world news. But counterpart, right, may not be a singer, but Ben Roethlisberger, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, was also allegedly accused of child play. But
Mm-hmm.
it barely made the fucking news. You got to go dig that shit up, right?
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly was doing what he was doing, made national fucking news, and they tore him down. They took those flat roller things that roll out the pavement. They took those and rolled them over his CDs. That's how much they actually spent money out of their own pocket to go purchase his albums just so they can
Right.
break them on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you do that, but then you have Elvis, who literally legally married Priscilla, his wife, who was 14 years old at the time. And this was a grown ass man. But America and the society cheered when he did it. He's the king when he did it.
Mm-hmm.
But MJ's a weirdo, right? And R. Kelly's a weirdo. This is the shit we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta have this hold the same standards to for everybody. Nobody should be
Mm-hmm.
above reproach. And that's what they're doing. And that narrative is being pushed. Like if you do it and you're melanated, then you're cooked. But if you
Mm-hmm.
Caucasian, you there's some glimmer of hope. There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
valid. But
Yep.
yeah, that's all I wanted to add before we got into the clip, man.
What you think K-pop is? The Backstreet Boys, one of their biggest hits is My Love Is All I Have to Give. You know who wrote it? It's a Full Force song. If you ever listen to Full Force Essentials on Apple Music, you can tell that's a Full Force ballad. Y'all love embracing Bruno Mars, but when it's time for Asian Pacific Islander Month, Bruno Mars is the face of it on Amazon Prime. Y'all love letting people cosplay like 1970s soul singers who ain't us. Yeah. You love it when somebody comes over and they got swag and they singing like us and but us, nah. You let Sam Smith sing Stay With Me like he doesn't sound like he's got tank in his throat. Pause. Little Richard told you, I took the Beatles on the road with me. I took the Rolling Stones on the road with me. I'm the architect of this. And y'all called him gay and crazy, but he was right. Y'all let him call Michael Jackson everything but a child of God. Y'all grind up R. Kelly, but y'all let Elvis mess around with 14-year-old Priscilla, and you let Jerry Lee Lewis mess around with his 13-year-old cousin. You're selective in your outrage, and you're not that selective in your gatekeeper. What you think K-pop is? The Backstreet Boys, one of their biggest hits is all...
Nailed it. Nailed
Man,
it.
that's a lot to unpack, bro. That's a lot to unpack, bro.
That's when
Go ahead.
it goes back around to the spirituality thing, man, and people needing to understand how deep this shit go. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it just goes to show you, like, so when we're under attack. You know, our people have been under attack for a long time, And you
Mhm.
just got to start to ask why. Why is it like that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that double standard? Well, when they do it, it's okay, but when we do it, it's a problem. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
just looking for any reason to demonize us and take us
Yeah.
off and get us off the planet. They say, "Oh, damn!" I was just watching something that said when Christopher Columbus now got over here to America, they killed like 11 million indigenous people in like over a course of like 70 years.
Mm.
That's a lot, bro. So it's been an agenda and it's been a push to wipe off the indigenous people for a long time. So
Yeah.
any little reason to tear us down, they take it.
Yeah. And
You know.
here's the thing. They came here, right? And this is a whole nother topic. We I ain't gonna get too deep into this topic because we'll be here for 3 days talking about this. But they they came to this planet, cut down our trees and completely
Mm-hmm.
altered our way of life, right? Capped our genome and our DNA and all that good stuff to take away the power, all because they want this planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing: we were willing to share the planet, but sharing it was not an option for them, right? They wanted
Exactly.
invasion, and now they've come here, they've taken over the planet, and look at what they've done with it since they've been here, right? Animals are going extinct left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Pollution, nature is being tampered with and not lived with instead. You know what I'm saying? It's being destroyed instead of deployed. We should be deploying nature, but
Mm-hmm.
it's it's sad, man. But that's what we
Mm-hmm.
faced with. We got to wake up. That was a lot to unpack, but we get the main thing I saw in that was that they paint this narrative, and they still, like, a lot of our people are still basing it off of race. Oh, it's racist. Oh, they want to keep the black man down. Oh, they want to do it, and it's not even. It's all spiritual. This is
Yep.
all behind the scenes war. This face stuff, this stuff we see on the surface level crap is not even. You know what I'm saying? Don't even. It's not even on the scale of things. It's
You
not
know
even
what I seen
the
the
same
other day,
arena.
bro? I seen this guy, this Chinese brother say it's only like 600,000 real people on the planet. Everybody else is NPCs. I said
Yeah.
that's a lot, man. That's a crazy thought. But what if you don't? I mean, I have no idea where he got this data from, but I mean, I could imagine that being a real thing, bro. Because
Well, well, here's the thing, right?
so
If
many
there,
people just seem like NPCs, you know.
yeah. Well, if there is a such thing as a data collecting, something that could collect that type of data, then I think he might be correct, because just logic math on it, it only makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only an NPC would vote for, you know, George Bush or Biden or any of these presidents, you know what I'm saying, that ain't really doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Only an NPC would look at 9/11 and say, "Oh my God, Al Qaeda is coming to kill us. Please save us." Right? So they
Mm-hmm.
introduced the 9/11, the 9/11 Act, whatever, I forget what it's called. Something Act. They produce it, and we sign it, not reading it, realizing it's taking our liberties, taking our freedoms away. So a lot of times that's what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And so the only way that could happen, like for Hitler to do what he did back in the 40s, for him to do that, he had to have been addressing NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Let's go and, you know, rape and pillage a town and kill a bunch of innocent people. Who's gonna just decide to go do that, right? It was a campaign that led to that. It was a campaign that gradually led to people saying, "It's the Jews' fault. They're the reason why we're impoverished. Let's kill them all."
Mm-hmm.
Because for you to have all these concentration camps, gas chambers, and all this things set up, the people have to agree. They have to be with that type of time. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
it don't matter how big your fucking military is, you will not overpower the people. If the people decide change must come and we're doing it, there's nothing you can do about it. You're best to just walk away. Every kingdom
Mm-hmm.
that had, people and peasants that rise up, it was always overthrown. Always. You're never going to make it. I don't care what kind of army you got. Because the people, and I love using the Revolutionary War as an example. We
Mm-hmm.
went at these soldiers who were trained, redcoat back in the Boston Tea Party and the Revolution. We went after soldiers with pitchforks, shit that we bale our hay with. Farmers, okay, took
Mm-hmm.
this motherfucking country from the redcoats, bro. Farmers, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just got tired of paying that damn tax all the way to across the pond in Britain and England and paying this monarch, and we're living over here, living in it while they're sitting up on their high horse and they're sitting in their damn palace and their castle getting catered to on a daily basis. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
it got to change, and it does. So that's why I don't understand. Like they don't a lot of people just not putting those two and two together. We the people. If you take that first line of the Constitution, we can take back anything that has been an issue or that we want. If we want to know what's in Area 51, if we want to know what the government's been up to, if we want to know the fraud and whatever, we the people can go figure all that out. If we want to put the Constitution back in its place the way it's supposed to be, strong, vibrant, and upholding every single citizen of this country, then we, the people, need to decide that and go attack that accordingly. And it will
Mm-hmm.
happen. There's nothing they will do. If you think for a second that they'll win that war, I don't care what tanks and all that shit, we are innovative, we are creative, and just like in Vietnam, they couldn't put their thumb on them. They couldn't put their boot on their neck because Vietnam had something they didn't, which was called guerrilla warfare. They never heard of it before,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these are just regular people who know their land, they know their terrain. You don't, and they was kicking our ass over there, bombed,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a lot of us hooked on heroin, right? So come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. But that's the thing though, bro.
I just had a thought. It just slipped my mind. Damn, it was something I had wanted to add to what you said. I just forgot it. It'll come back to me. But oh, that's what I was gonna say, man. And it's really that, like you saying, we the people, and it's really that simple. But that's of course, that's why that's the push on so much different division, because they don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about the people coming together and putting a stop to this shit, because we can't even come together to enough to freaking buy land. You know what I'm saying? Let alone go and make changes in these political settings, in these in Washington and all that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we divided, and man, even the gender wars that's going on. That's the latest division tactic. I've been saying for a minute we gotta stop that shit. All that man this, women that, women this, man that, man. Both sides do crazy, fucked up shit. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna get nowhere with that. If
Yeah,
anything, we need to be man. Listen, this what men did. This what women did. All right, let's clear the. Now we know. We put it all out on the table. Now, how do we build from that? Move forward from that. Not just keep
right,
pointing fingers at each other.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
offering solutional conversations, accepting
Exactly.
instead of more
It's your
more
fault.
more complaints, right, and blame. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this this is the part that these are the conversations that need to be had. This is why I love this
Mm-hmm.
platform. I love this thing we started. We did it from scratch, and everybody else has got they got they startup and all this stuff, and they hit the ground running with hundreds of thousands of followers or whatever. That's cool, because
Mm-hmm.
at some point everything's going to shift. The algorithm is shifting, and when it
Mm-hmm.
does,
Absolutely.
they're gonna have this platform right here to come and lean on and be like, yo, these guys have been talking like this since 2020 something, and here we are
Mm-hmm.
2042, and why didn't we know about this before? It's the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
like some of this information and technologies we're finding. Damn, how come we didn't know about this before? Because it was
Mm-hmm.
hidden from you. Just like the
Yeah.
algorithm. The algorithm hides us from people who really need to hear this, people that it will actually help and change, and they'll actually be able to fix their life, fix the lives around them, and then in turn fix their community. But our content, it won't be pushed because of the shadow banning that happens on platforms such as this. Right, we're
Mm-hmm.
talking that real talk. That's something that's going to actually break you free from poverty, from the matrix. But they're not going to push that. But once everything shifts, like if we storm the Capitol, millions and millions of Americans, like it's not gonna it's just gonna be a all out civil war. The
Mm-hmm.
revolution has already begun. People have been talking about, the revolution won't be televised. As a matter of fact, I get
Kinda
that
is.
part. It is being televised right now,
Yeah.
though, in real time.
Yep.
We're watching the shift. We're feeling the shift. Everything's changing. How else you
Yep.
gonna have a man that's sitting in the White House doing what he do, and they ain't blown his head off yet? Because there's been a conscious shift in the community, in the people, in their conscious mind, in their spirit. There's been a shift. Because if
Mm-hmm.
this was 1963, they would have blew his head off while he drove down a motorcade in front of everybody in Dallas. See what I'm saying? Anybody about
Mm-hmm.
any real change? No, we stopping this. You're not going to stop these people from going to school. He's over here saying you're not going to do false advertising. He's over here saying you're not going to do this. The CIA needs to be abolished. The FBI needs to be dismantled and reassembled. You need to do, bro. Kennedy was beast mode. Just look at his policies. Look at what he was actually doing. And he was attempting to do a lot of stuff secretly, but it's not secret when you got this shadow government that overpowers our actual government. We have an illegal
Mm-hmm.
government happening in this country, a whole nother president, a whole nother system set up, and it runs the system that we see on the surface. But it's secretive, it's underground, it's not, you know what I mean? And Kennedy passed a law about secret societies. Like it used to be, okay, he passed a law about secret societies. Kennedy passed a law about false advertising. This is why you see the fine print. You see how they went around his law? Oh, we'll put it in fine print at the bottom, and we can falsely present this item or this product, right? Because now they got the fine print, and as long as it's showing there, then they can pretty much lie to you and say you're gonna get a free cell phone with this, that, and the third, and then you get in the store and it's like, oh, but you have to purchase a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, just give me the phone. I'll take it to my other service provider, right? They're not gonna do that. You got to sign up with us. And it's like, you didn't say that
Mm-hmm.
online. And that's the type of stuff they started doing when it's like, okay, he made this law, which it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense for my profits. So I'm going to go and lobby and go to my congressman and get them to change this law or put a clause in the law. And we put that clause in, and now we got the fine print. or you got that guy at the end of the radio and he's speaking so fast. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
I think,
Yep.
and all you hear is uh, data rates must apply or something. You know what I mean? Like that's it. They got the
Mm-hmm.
fast talkers, man. So this has been an ongoing thing for a long time, man. And now we're in the age where people need to stand up and be like, you know what, this is the time. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna be okay. And the same thing, like those people who've been witnessing all this stuff, they're coming out in Congress right now because they feel protected. They feel safe now, as they should. You know, this
Mm-hmm.
president may not be the best president in the world. He may have everybody has their faults or whatever, but he is shaking the tree, and the tree needs to be shaken because there's a lot of fucking rotten apples that just won't let go of the branch. They won't fall down to the ground and decay like they're supposed to. These old decrepit bastards clinging on to the fucking apple tree. You know what I'm saying? And won't, like, bro, you're old, decrepit, you're decaying, and you're rotten as hell. Why are you staying on the tree? Oh, because the tree is the tree of life. They feed off of this tree. Why these old ass politicians can live to be 90, 100 and something years old, and they still walking with no cane. How many presidents and politicians and you see, you know he should have a fucking cane, but he don't. But you walk outside your house and the guy's the same age. Every guy you see the same age, he's got a cane. He needs help walking. He's in a walker with the
Mm-hmm.
little seat thing. He's, you know what I'm saying? Because they have
Mm-hmm.
access to the absolute best healthcare in the world, right?
Exactly.
They have actual cures of stuff that they're taking, and they make sure that the public does not get to take those cures. They can just have the medicine that suppresses some of the symptoms, creates other symptoms, and now you're stuck in a fucking sick loop.
Then they don't
Yes.
even then they don't even consume these so-called elites and these CEOs. That a lot of times they don't even consume their own product.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like
So
the CEO of Coca
that's
Cola.
crazy to me, right? Coca
Mm-hmm.
Cola, Rockstar Games. When I seen that, when I heard him say he don't even play the games that he putting out, like what? You don't even like at least give it a test run or nothing. You don't, they don't play it. He don't play it at all. The last CEO. Then you got it's another one, man. It's a few of them, bro. I can't think of. It's another one. It's a food though. It's a food line, food company where they don't eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all
Yeah,
across
it's a
the
food.
board, though, bro.
Yeah.
That's all across the
Yep.
board. They're eating the real stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I know that they're eating it and they've been eating it like this for a while is because now that that's a trend, now they're starting to put out products that only have the ingredients necessary. There isn't any of the phosphates and the carbonites and all this other shit that you can't pronounce, xanthan gums, in your ingredients
Right.
anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're still there. They're still on the shelf because those NPCs are buying it, right? And making them billions. But they put in because like I don't I eat like my chip has three ingredients. Chips I eat as potato. What was the is damn, I think it's avocado oil that it was cooked in
Mm-hmm.
and sea salt. That's it. But here's
Mm-hmm.
the thing, that's all you need for every single food snack on the planet. That's all you need. Give me the collard
Mm-hmm.
greens. I will add this little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of vinegar, and the collard greens is gonna be bomb, right? That's it. I don't need to put phosphates and all this other, carbonites and you know, thiamine nitrate and what the hell is that? Why is that necessary? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh, we want to make the food last longer. No, what you want to do is you want to take away our power, and our pineal gland is being so clustered and clogged and calcified by these products that we don't understand that that's what's hurting us. We don't know it's
Facts.
the food. We don't know it's the cigarettes. We don't know it's the, you know what I'm saying? We're just going off of impulse because we're
Then it's adding
mentally
to
lazy.
yep. Then it's adding to people's mental health issues, because now you got people feeling more depressed and all type of other symptoms, and it comes
Yeah,
from deficiencies, you know, nutrition deficiencies. So
yeah,
we not only are we not getting the right nutrition, it's being replaced with the stuff that ain't good for us at all. So
yeah,
that add to it.
absolutely. And the thing about this food thing is like, and first of all, shout out to RFK, man, because he's shutting down that Food and Drug Administration. He is shutting them down. He's declaring so many different, some of those things I just said. He is declaring them unlawful, wrong.
It,
This,
it is.
he's banning a lot of stuff, and like his hands are still tied because they've had such a chokehold on this economy and this culture and this country for so long that they're not
Mhm.
even able to get done what they really want to get done. Just imagine if we gave this administration free reign. Like, you know what I mean? Just go
Exactly.
ahead, dismantle this Mickey Vicky. This is why they're running for the hills, you know?
Mhm.
Like, honestly, people don't put two and two together. Like, you think the Epstein shit and all that, do you think all this stuff would have came out if we still had that what was that dude, that sleeper in the White House? If we still had a
Uh,
sleeper in the White House, we're not gonna get
Joe
the food and
Biden.
drug. Obama, Biden, all they're all sleepers. They weren't saying
Mhm.
to themselves, no, they weren't looking at the camera and saying, "You're fake news. I'm not talking to you." They didn't do nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Exposing the fact that no, you are fake news. You're bull crap. Like he was the only one that do that.
Uh
And
huh.
it's like that's not the reason to give the man your trust. The reason to give him your trust is look at what he's accomplished so far. And it's got nothing to do with whether you like him, agree with it. Is he shaking the tree to the point where now liberal, like, come on, man, y'all had this country so fucked up that a man thinks it's okay to go into a woman's bathroom just because he's got a dress on. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I was just playing this video for my wife the other day. I said, look at this crap. And this woman, this mother was standing on business. I mean, she was not having it. She's pushing this dude. He had to be no shorter than 6'4", 6'3", and she was pushing him. You're not going in here. This man had a
Mm.
full-on beard. Got the
Mm.
wig, he's got the clothes, and he's calling himself a woman. And that's okay. Just don't go in the woman's bathroom, gang. At the end of the
Mhm.
day, you still got a penis, bruh. Like, come on, man.
Mhm.
Let's not. Who are we kidding here, right? So it's gotten so bad where people will defend that. No, a man can be a woman if he wants to be. Okay, that's cool. But when we come down to the actual technical, like, are you swinging a Johnson or are you cupping a cupcake? You know what I'm saying? From birth. Now, from birth, if
Mhm.
you swinging a Johnson from birth, guess what? That's what you are. I don't care if you chop it off. Okay, Lorena Bobbitt chopped off her husband's joint. It didn't make him not no man. They went and found it down the road and sewed it back on. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, stop it. We need to
Mhm.
stop it with this crap, man. And
Mental
that's
illness, brother.
mm-hmm. And
Mental
that's some of the
illness.
stuff that this brother is that this brother in the White House is doing, man. Like nobody wants to
Mhm.
admit the fact that he's saying things that nobody else wants to say, that some of these other politicians don't want to say. Like I know Arnold Schwarzenegger is saying it, and he was saying it way back in the '90s when he became governor of California.
Mm.
Said you guys are sissies. He looked right at the politicians and said, "Y'all are some pussies, yo." Like
Weirdos,
that made
man.
headline news.
Weirdos.
Yeah. So yeah, man, this next clip, bro. it shows kind of where the topic we was just about to get on, like
Mm-hmm.
the men and women. It's like, oh man, we gotta listen to each other, man, and we need to stop listening to this bullcrap rhetoric that she's about to spew online that we about to play in a minute. But we need to start
Mm-hmm.
listening to each other genuinely. Okay, what do you like as a woman? What would what I'm saying make you choose me, and vice versa. The woman needs to ask, what would make you choose me? You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Man, to be honest though, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm starting to feel like a lot of people need to heal first. I'm starting to feel like
yeah,
a lot of people need
mhm,
to, you know what I'm saying, just maybe put things on pause and get back to our divinity first before we can even start coming back as a union. Because so many people got so much trauma and it's been so much damage done. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these debates going on. I think
yeah,
we got to
yeah,
find our way back. We got to find our way. First of all, that's the biggest problem. We lost our way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So we need to we found our way and then come back together as the way as a union. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You right.
But
That's what I
we've
did.
been so brainwashed, bro. We've been so brainwashed and reprogrammed. We got to tear all that shit down first, and
Hmm.
then because it's a lot of single people out here, man. A
You
lot.
know what? I encourage people to stay single until they're ready, because I stayed
Mm-hmm.
single for 3 years. I didn't even have any intercourse with anybody for that time. But that's also
Mm-hmm.
how broken I was inside. Like, damn, how did this end up like this? And I put this effort into it. What happened? And I analyzed it for 2 years, right? And I'm literally looking in that mirror. Okay, yeah, it's your fault for this. It's your fault for that. I didn't take fault and blame for nothing that the other person did. I took fault for my own doings. I said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I need to change this. I need to work on this. And I got to fucking work, man. You know what I'm saying? And now,
Yep.
what I'm saying? I have two beautiful wives that love me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I love them and I have a beautiful family. But that's because I worked on myself. And we're all in agreement to work on ourselves and help each other while we do it. So like if they're
Mm-hmm.
not going to do that, then stay single. And you need to
Mm-hmm.
do that
Hey,
until
look.
you've gotten rid of those demons, you got that toxicity out of you, and you can have a conversation when there's a disagreement, as opposed to F you, blah blah blah, throwing people's clothes out in the lawn, throwing bleach on them, setting them on fire, all that. That's none of that is necessary if you actually been doing a healing work throughout your journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Yep.
that's what this woman we about to play right now. We about to get into this clip, y'all. This woman is she's
The
broken.
issue is, and the
Yeah,
issue is, a lot of people seem like they just starting to give up on it
yeah, yeah.
too.
That
That's
she's about
the
to
problem.
she about to break it down on giving up too. And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
save my juicy stuff to after she go to after the clip.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is part of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into it. You got anything you want to add before I?
Uh-uh.
All right.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful, I'm rich, I can fight.
I get that.
I will say it, I love men,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
But I don't love a stupid man. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours? I'm sick of men telling me, oh, wait, you hardcore. Yes, I am.
Can you handle it?
Well,
Yeah.
what you bringing to the table? I am the table. I don't.
Okay, y'all. We that's a lot to unpack, and I got to unpack this piece by piece, right? And the number one thing I want to point out here, we're gonna go. We're gonna go through this piece by piece. So the first thing I have an issue with is she said out her own mouth, right, a few years back. Huh? What'd you say?
It had froze for a minute. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. You good now? We back?
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Okay. So yeah, the issue I have and I until I saw this clip, I loved Leslie Jones. I was like, man, is she, you know what I'm saying? Like, I loved her, man. Like, she's funny. She's got that sachet, that, you know what I'm saying? She's got it. And
Mm-hmm.
she may not be the most attractive woman, whatever. Who cares about that? But if your personality is strong and vibrant and loving and inviting, then you're gonna find somebody. Once I seen this clip, I was like, yeah, you gonna end up, chances are you're gonna end up dying alone, gang. And it has nothing to do with the fact that you're 6'3" and you're melanated or you're unattractive or undesired to most or whatever. That's not it. It's your attitude, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Why don't you get in yours? Like get in your masculine area." No. Why do I want to go? That's like I come with masculine energy. I come with it because I was born with it, right? Like we all
Mm-hmm.
are born with both, but we have more of one than the other, which is what makes us male or female. And the fact that I have my masculine torch and I walk in a room full of women and I'm looking for a woman and you fit the bill, but I walk over to you and you turn around and you're holding the same masculine torch. I'm going to turn tail and run the other way. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I might as well go be with John instead of Jennifer. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said, and here's the part I had the biggest issue with. She said, "I don't understand why a man wouldn't want a woman like me. I'm rich, I'm successful, I know how to fight. All three of those are undesirables to men." She doesn't, these women don't get it. I don't care if you can fight. I don't want to come home and fight, bitch. I don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse my language. I ain't caught. Like, I'm just saying. Like, that's the tone of that you come with that when it comes to a fight type thing. You come with that. Bitch, I don't want to fight. You know what I mean? That's the reason I said the B word, to make it sound, to give it some context. I don't want to fight. You talking about fighting? I don't care about that. Oh, I'm rich. So am I. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm successful. So am I. I don't care about your
That's a
success.
that's a good point though, because you point out what she said. To me, that's all 3D stuff. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't she didn't mention I'm nurturing, I'm
Mm-hmm.
loving, I'm kind, I'm gentle. You know what I'm saying? I'm understanding. Those are, I feel like, are traits that you should be mentioning. Not I'm
Mm-hmm.
rich and I'm successful. So like you said, so what?
Yeah.
Because just because you rich and successful, what that mean? You're gonna be trying to boss me around. You're gonna be trying, like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be, what does that mean? I can go get my own, wealth. I don't,
What
like
is
you
it?
said, I don't need that. I don't need that from my
Right.
woman. I need nurturing. I need loving. I need that soft feminine energy. You know.
Right. Yeah. Like when I come home on a hard day of work, right? And I lay on my wife's chest, or I just lay down with my wife and she's just rubbing my neck or whatever. And I end up falling asleep to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I wake up, my dinner's already ready. Right? My dinner's ready and she's, because I fell asleep on her. She done got up and shit, I gotta get dinner ready anyway, but I'm gonna let him, let him sleep or whatever. But it's like I done just went out and tackled the world, the dangerous world that men are out there literally unalive every single day, job, just in a car wreck, walking down the street, you know, manner of things could happen and we have to go out and battle the world. We have to battle a business partner or a business deal. We got to battle these customers. We got to battle something else. We're always in battle. Always. We just want to come home and have some peace. And like if you watch this whole clip, chat, please, y'all go and check this clip out. Check out the whole video. When she mentions, right, and it's not in this clip, when she said that her dad told her, I didn't raise you to be no wife. Well, why are you mad that men didn't choose you? Your father did not raise you to be no wife. He raised you to be a
Right.
boy, to be a man. And now that you're a man, nobody wants you. You're mad? No. Go to your dad. If he's alive, go to him and tell him. If he's gone, you go to his grave. I don't know. Tell him. Talk to him. If he ain't here no more, he can still hear you. Talk to him and say, Dad, you messed up. You made me undesirable because of my traits. My traits are too masculine now. And men
And
do
just
not
imagine
want
how
it.
much prettier she would look if she did have that soft feminine energy. I think she would
Absolutely.
look a lot prettier if she was soft spoken. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Bro,
very feminine.
if
But
you
she sitting
look,
up here talking about something. I know how to fight and all. Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of guys don't. Not really looking for that.
right.
A lot of guys want that soft energy. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it, when she smiled in the whole clip, in the whole I watched the whole video. I grabbed this clip because that video is pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
But in the actual whole video, she smiled when she said, and because the lady asked her, if young people are listening, what would you tell them about marriage, getting married? She said, don't. And then she smiled. She has a very beautiful smile, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
smiling. You don't smile enough because you're miserable, because you're upset, because nobody has chosen you yet. And she probably thought for sure, damn, I'm Leslie Jones now. I've been in Ghostbusters, I've been in this, that, and the third. People know who I am. I've worked with Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart. I've been working with people. I'm in this now. I'm definitely gonna find a man now, and you still ain't found one. That's what's bothering her. She thinks that it's her status and her riches that would have won her a man. She don't realize all you need to do is go sit down and for a year with Martha Stewart. You'll get you a man. Go sit and chill with Martha Stewart. You
But
want to
see,
talk
that's
about
that's 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 one of the double standards because in her defense, why is that not enough? It's enough for guys. A guy could be considered an unattractive guy, but if he got money, he's attractive. If he's successful, got businesses and whatever, got a little, he's attractive.
hmm
So that's one of the double standards. I can see where she coming from because it's like it worked for guys all the time,
Yeah, but
you
see,
know.
then again, that's the lie that this modern feminism movement taught them. They bought into that lie that that's what men are after. Now, you're right. You know what I'm saying? It is that way for men and it's not that way for women. But just as saying is a certain thing for women that men will never get. A woman does not have to go out and her value is her femininity. That's her value,
Mm-hmm.
you know? That thing that's between her legs also, that's her value, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not being touched by multiple men, it's going to be a lot more valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
A car that's only had one owner is more valuable than a car that's 20 years old and it's been through five people. You're not going to get 20 bands for that. You're just not, right? So they're
Right.
not seeing it like it is what it is, right? And we get into this gender war. Oh, women can do anything men can do. First of all, you're not able to keep quiet when you need to, when you're supposed to, when you should. That's number one thing a woman can't do that a man can do, right? Men
Mm-hmm.
can't do everything that women can do. We're not going to lay down and have no baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're very different in certain areas, and that's okay. We're built that way. We're not supposed to have a baby. So no, women cannot do everything that men can do, and women cannot do everything. I mean, men cannot do everything women can do, and women can't do everything men can do. It's just the way it is. Period. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is, right? We are built differently, and there's a reason for that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. The only male species on the entire planet that can bear children, actually give birth, is a seahorse. That's it. But he takes the eggs from the female, puts it inside himself, and then he fertilizes those eggs. Oh no, he fertilizes the eggs inside the female, and then she passes the eggs to him, and then he gives the birth. But that male was built that way, you know. But you go to Caitlyn Jenner, and she'll tell you that she can have a baby if the doctors and the surgery and everything, if they go, that's not nature. So
Yeah,
I mean,
they working on it. They working
they,
on it, man.
you know they working on it. Of course they are.
Yep,
They ain't got nothing else
yep,
better to do. They do got other things better to do, but they don't want to do those things because it would free society. It would free humanity. It would have us living in a Star Trek type of world where food, money, you don't see them spending money in Star Wars, all they didn't have money. You know why? Because everybody is all after a certain goal. We want to see what's on planet Neptune. We want to see what's on this new quadrant of the galaxy we've never been before. We're going on a 5-year journey into deep space to figure out what's out there and explore and to gain more knowledge and to exchange knowledge. And that's what Star Trek was all about. But we cannot live in that type of society when we down here following over Trump. You know, so it's, hey man, I feel for her, but at the end of the day, she's smarter than that. You know, I know she's smarter than this, and either this is a publicity stunt, and it's like I don't care if I attack the institution of marriage, because that's what she was doing in this video. You know, I encourage people to go find the entire clip. She was attacking the institute of marriage because she hasn't been able to get married. And there's some years ago, she was talking about a post where she was like, you know, I fear that I'm gonna die alone. You know, she was at the gym working out or whatever, and she's, you know,
a lot of people fit in that way. That's
yeah,
what I'm
she made an
saying. A lot
Instagram
of people
post.
fit in that way.
Go ahead, bro.
No, that's it. That's all I was just saying. A lot of people
Yeah,
feeling that. That's why I say that's the unfortunate part about it. Is that a lot of women and men. Now I be reading comments. A lot of guys is saying the same thing. Like a lot of people throwing in the towel on relationships. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's because we gotta, man. We done been so bamboozled and so loud. We gotta clear all that shit out first before we can even get back to that divine unity that we once had. You know?
yeah, facts. That is a fact.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely got to get back to it, man. And you know, it was something else she said. Hold on one second. Let me
Understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I love men,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
right here.
But I don't love a stupid man. If you can't be with
She said, "I don't love a stupid man." So I found that part funny when I was watching this because I'm like, a stupid man, kind of like the stupid shit you spewing out of your mouth right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stupid you don't want. She made a complete fool of herself with these comments. She literally made a fool of herself. I was like, damn, not my home girl, not Leslie. What? She, you know, but hey, his own, but you're not gonna find a man with this attitude. Not. And if you do, it's gonna be a simp, you know, or somebody who's looking for a meal ticket. I know plenty guys who don't want to work, don't want to do nothing, and they will happily live off of a woman. You know, that's I'm not doing that. I've never done that. And my mother taught me never to do that, and my uncles taught me never to do that. You have your own, you keep your own always, no matter what. No matter what, keep your own. You know, I come with my own. You can't kick me out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nothing but go home. So you ain't kicking me out of nowhere where I'm messed up. Now I got to go sleep on some friend's couch or something like that. No, I'm cool. I'm not living off no woman. I'm not. No. You gonna come move into my place? I can put you on a lease or whatever, but we both being on this lease, or you keep your own place and I keep mine. You know.
Facts.
But there's no way you gonna get mad one day and be like, get that fuck out. That's what I think a lot of my brothers and cousins and friends went through.
Hey,
You know? And
I've been there myself. I've been there myself. Yep.
Yeah, I had
Been
to
there
pick them.
myself.
Yeah, you got to pick them up and bring them somewhere. And well, like my brother, I had him in a hotel for a little while, and we were staying in a hotel just so he wouldn't be homeless. Because I was trapping at the time. I ain't care about no hotels and none of that. I had plenty of places to go. I'll go, I'll go over this chick's house or that chick's house or this one's house or that. You know what I'm saying? And I had a home, but I don't shit where I sleep, right? So I was never there. You know what I mean? And I didn't bring nobody there. That's where my stuff was. So you ain't gonna know where I live because that's where. And you know what I mean? You gotta have those things. People thought I was homeless because I'm at Sam's house, then I'll be at Barbara's house, then I'll be over here at Smurfette's house, and it was like, listen, these women they know, but yeah, they know. I'm not one of them, bro. I have never been one of them guys. I'm gonna tell them right to their face. Listen, this is what it is. If you rocking with it, it's lame. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how she believes that this is desirable, and I don't think she really believes this, bro. I think they're using her as a ploy to get other.
Yeah, it's a moment, man. It's a part of the moment. It's a whole bunch of women online talking like that.
Yeah,
You know,
and they find a strong melanated sister, who's got respect in the community because people respect her.
y'all piggybacking off of each other.
Yeah, and to be
Keeping
off
each
of
other
comedy,
at the same time.
facts, absolute facts, bro. It's sad,
But
man.
it's a lot of sisters that get it. I've seen both. I get excited every time I see the sisters online. That's they pushing for unity. They pushing for us to come together. They telling women, you gotta move like this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah,
we get it from both ends. We
yeah,
getting it from both
absolutely,
ends. Yeah.
absolutely. But
This unfortunate videos like that. It's just it's a little bit more popular right now. But you know what they say, misery love company. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, that's where she is, and
Yeah.
it's funny because she had it. She had it, yo. If she didn't make this clip right here, and now it's going viral, and everybody's talking about it. If she didn't do this right here, she had a chance. But now she got to find somebody that don't know her. You know what I mean? That'll fall for her tricks or fall for her bullshit, or or that's just they don't mind it. They don't it don't bother them. You got to find somebody that it's not going to bother them, that you're that masculine and I can fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
Exactly.
I don't even want to argue. We can debate and have a discussion about, red or blue Corvette or whatever. Like we can have a discussion or debate like the politicians have debates. They're not screaming and yelling, or it's not toxic. They're just, listen, this is my position on this argument. That's your position. And let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's both present our thesis and our evidence and all this other stuff and data. That's it. That's cool. We can do that. But I'm not going to fight. Okay? That is not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to get in your masculine era. You're going to think it's okay. Like I seen in this video with this woman had a knife, and this guy, he's better than me. I would have knocked her the fuck out. If you grab a weapon and you come at me with it, I'm knocking you out. Woman, man, I do not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Dog, cat, you are not going to put your hands on me, or you are not going to end my life. And I just sit there, or I'm like, he was just like, yo, put the knife down and put the knife down.
Right.
She's slapping him, punching him. Bro, she would have got knocked out. You got a knife in your hand. I don't give a fuck what the judge says. I'll look right at the judge and be like, yeah, I've knocked her the fuck out. She had a knife. And it's on video. So if you want to arrest, if you want to put me in jail for that, you go right ahead. I'll go right to the Supreme Court and I'll fight this shit all the way through. Because that's self-defense. That bitch had no reason pulling a fucking knife on me, gang. You're going to end my life because I don't want to be with you? You're going to end my life because we having an argument? Fuck out of here. I'll knock you out. And won't have no remorse. Oh, but you hit a woman. Hey, she came at me like a man, though, with a knife in hand. I don't give a fuck what anybody talking about. If you don't like my response to that, you ain't got to subscribe to me. You ain't got to be, you don't got to ever see me or hear me again. Fuck out of here, man. That was crazy. Like, and the cops, they did the right thing. They arrested her ass, but I've seen scenarios and situations where it don't go that way. And that was before there were cameras in everybody's pocket. But you know, it shouldn't have went that way based on the evidence that the cops actually wrote down. So the guy goes in court and he gets cooked. You know, the evidence clearly shows that she was the aggressor. But he goes to jail because they want to push that domestic violence shit and women are the victim shit. And it was all that was all a part of that feminist movement also. You know? Which is crazy. So
Yeah, I gotta tap out, my brother. It's that time for me. I got a long night ahead of me, so I gotta go ahead and catch these Z's.
Well,
Another great topic, great conversation.
Yes. Let's do our little, our thing, and I'm gonna end it with closing thoughts on the last video on that chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to continue to have these conversations, man. I know we kind of talked about it before in other episodes, but it's repetition that creates, that builds. You know what I'm saying? And we need to continue to have these conversations of unity and stopping this, cutting out all this division as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we gotta realize we got a common enemy. And that's whether you black, white, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's people they don't care about none of that. They just want to control your way. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to push all this division aside as much as possible. People need to get to them higher selves. It's like I always say, man, like just a lot of times, a lot of stuff can just be avoided. Just be cool. I don't know why so many people just get so caught up in their ego and just get so angry all the time. Like, just relax, breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be okay. Use your words. Use your grown up words. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Together we rise, like I always say. I am Jay Hooks the Great. I enjoyed this conversation with my brother, my bro God. Shout out to the goddesses. And I will see y'all next Sunday.
Yes. Ashe. Man, that was some good insight, bro. You know, I'm gonna end mine with, I wanted to bring up a point and factor for everybody, man. You know, this was a good conversation and we had it, but at the end of the day, it's all about what we want in our life and what we want to, present ourselves and be the best version of yourself, man. You know, this world is crazy and we get it and it's tough sometimes, we know, but just be the best version of yourself, man. And, it's like the brother just said it perfectly, man. He said, we all have a common enemy, and like comments like, that's in the chat right now, Nautica, what's that, 26. and said, have you ever felt the tender embrace of another man? I don't want to, and
Right.
to be honest, yes, I have, and I didn't like it. It was forced upon me, and it wasn't my say so. You know what I'm saying? I was a child, and it's not right. So, yeah, and unfortunately, and people will disagree with me. Oh, well, you can be a child molester and not be gay. Well, in my opinion, if you're a child molester and you're a man and you do a little boy, then you're gay. Period. Okay? Just because you did it with a boy don't make you not gay. You know what I mean? That's my opinion, and that's also my journey that I went through. But yeah, I don't think that it's whatever you want to do is cool, but live your own life. Don't listen to what news media and these people telling you to do, like Leslie telling you don't get married. Listen, man, the sanctity of marriage is an awesome thing. It's a great thing. It's a beautiful spiritual binding experience with someone that you right. If you want to do a marriage contract and it's just you're just making a business deal or whatever, that's cool too. But do what's right for y'all, man. And with that being said, yeah. With that being said, I want everybody to remember I am Spectacular Glow, and make sure you look in the mirror for the journey, look in the mirror for the change you want to see, and love your journey. That was coming out backwards a little bit, but yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, y'all, and so that we can see just how goofy Gen Z has become and how uneducated. And this is what we're dealing with, man. This is why we need to change. This is why we gotta do better. And the title.
I say.
Peace, y'all.
What continent are we on right now?
The US of A. What? Oh my gosh, I'm getting flipped.
Bunch of college students in Clearwater, Florida were asked some basic civics questions, and this went mega viral. Take a look.
Who won the Civil War?
England.
So England versus who in the Civil War?
France.
What continent are we on right now?
The US of A. What? Oh my gosh, I'm getting flipped.
What year was 9/11?
2012.
Who bombed Pearl Harbor?
Spain.
So how many total senators does that mean we have in the United States?
Oh, 50 states, 3 times 50, 65.
What year did we free the slaves?
I should know this. This is a bad look.
1962.
Who is the commander-in-chief of the military?
Learned about this one at school, I think. Starts with a D. It's like donut or something.
How many rights are listed in the Bill of Rights?
I don't remember this one. We'll go 16.
Okay, what is the 16th Amendment in the Bill of Rights?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know.
Who did we gain our independence from?
Like a person or like a
Nate, there's a lot there. 3 times 50 is 65. I thought that took the cake on this one. Is this just okay? They're drunk and being silly and we shouldn't think too much about it? Or do you genuinely think there really is a problem? Like, education has just gotten so bad that really, if you ask the average kid, the average 25-year-old, who was the first president, who won the Civil War, like some basic stuff that they would have no freaking idea.
Yeah, education needs a revamp in this country. The best evidence that I've seen from that on the street is, the most popular job of paid protesters and not paid protesters are teachers. Teachers at high-ranking institutions. I exposed just a fifth grade teacher who's a paid protester who was put on a 10-day suspension saying resistance is justified and saying that the Zionists are coming after him. Everything has become so politicized. Even the fifth grade teacher is bringing politics into the classrooms.
By most popular, you don't mean the job most protesters admire. No. You mean the most frequent job that protesters tell you they have. That's
It's not plumbers. Not plumbers. They're working.
Wow.
Yeah,
plumbers,
by far.
Plumbers are actually very popular. What do you think?
I love these kids so much. I just freaking love them. They're so beautiful and so high on life. They're not on Twitter. They're not on dating apps. They are out there living life to the fullest, getting drunk and getting laid, and I adore them. And the dumber they are, the more I love them. Like, you could say these kids don't know anything. You could tell they love their country. You know, you could just tell, you could feel it, you know? I just love these kids so much. I love how angry they make the media. I love how angry they make the elites. I could just watch footage of those kids all day long.